So the 80s were a time for affordable sex teen comedies. And I thought, well, let's look at a lesser known one.
Yeah. Is it as good?
Not necessarily.
Is it high quality?
Oh, quality is probably not a word.
Is it PC?
Oh, it's definitely not PC. It's Private Resort. Private Resort is Johnny Depp's first lead role and introduces Rob Morrow.
It was his first role ever, wasn't it?
As two date rapists. I mean...
Essentially.
We'll get to this in a minute, but these two guys go to a resort in order to get laid. That's it, pretty much.
That's essentially the plot from most of these films.
These two saw it afterwards, were so embarrassed that they made a pact to hunt down and destroy every coffee. But you haven't got this one, boys. I've still got this one. And right off the bat, off the very first shot of this thing, you can see pretty much what it's all about. This was directed by a guy called George Bowers. This was the last thing he ever directed. But he went on to be an editor and made some pretty decent films.
Yeah.
Later on. Yeah, that is a goodies fun.
The big problem with this idea is these two guys trying to pick up women. Like,
I know
these two guys aren't.
They're not ugly.
It's not going to be a problem.
Well, this has got the same syndrome as Stealing Beauty. Liv Tyler had to go all the way to Italy to lose her virginity, when I'm sure it was pretty much she could have walked down the street. But what we could do in this, I was thinking, as we go through Private Resort, is maybe we'll keep a running tally on who can we offend in this film. It's a product of its time.
Yeah.
You know? There's also a complete B-plot going on with the diamond thief called the Maestro. And the Maestro is there to rob a diamond off an older
society
type lady who's there with her granddaughter.
But played by Hector Elizondo.
I think Hector, for me, is the highlight of this film.
Yeah.
Watch the hair, don't go, watch. Water.
Why don't you go take that nice hot bath I ran for you?
Don't wanna.
Well, I'll join you in a minute. We'll play peekabooby.
Peekabooby? Really, Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
All right, lady. Playtime's over. First, you're gonna give me that diamond. Yeah, then I'm gonna lock you in the bathroom. And you can karate the shit out of yourself.
Is it his wife in the film is
Leslie
Easterbrook?
Who in her contract said she was not going to bare her breasts, and then they proceeded to put her in the flimsiest of outfits for the entire movie. Just to get around the claws. And it's several times, it's see-through.
The rock's in your pocket. It better be.
What's she doing?
Isn't that how you go swimming?
I never noticed that.
This movie also has the long-held tradition of the little brother.
Yeah, it's like the Stifler's brother.
Bring It On had a little brother.
Yeah.
And this one, he's got a few moments that are just, yep. You know what the scary thing is I kind of look like that kid. I think every little brother character should be a smartass.
Yeah.
And this one actually breaks the fourth wall.
Boy, I'd pay to see this.
This is all about wacky adventures as these two go on their way to get laid. They get caught up with the Maestro because Johnny takes a 30-second conversation as an invitation to get into a room
and
strip
get
off,
naked.
strip completely naked because that works. Rob's character, Ben, of course, falls for the pretty waitress.
Hey, how you doing, man? See her? See who? A waitress. I'm in love.
Who's being harassed by the almost perfect 80s douche that is that guy.
Remember, you owe me one. Maybe we could get together tonight after work. What do you say?
Down to the Aviators.
Look at the haircut and the Aviators.
It just seems there's a whole lot of things in here they just...
Random.
Just some random idea they thought, that'd be funny.
Come on! Get him off me! I can't stand these dogs! Please!
Quick, put it in. Hit in the nuts.
Oh, God. Oh.
That's how we got.
Have a surfer dude.
Whoa, a mom and a dad. I'm home.
When I say these movies are affordable, like they only did a few days location.
Yeah,
most of this is on set.
Because there's not much of this so-called resort they're using. It's just this pool, basically.
And I think a buffet later on.
Yeah.
And maybe a car park.
And the one
Okay, they have one corridor. And every chase. There's a lot of chases in this movie.
Up and down. That's the other.
They're all up and down the corridor. It's also no doubt the same suite set.
Yeah,
and they
it'd
just
be
redress
just swapped around. And everyone seems to keep on coming in saying, "Oh, nice place." Like it's their house.
It's his room.
It's a hotel.
It's a hotel.
Like,
and all the suites look the same. So let's go to the tally.
The tally.
The private resort offensive list.
So, I mean, women in general, not just feminists, but women.
Okay, women in general.
In general.
We've got women in general. We got some fat shaming going on in this thing.
Oh. Here you go, honey.
Morbidly obese people.
Large people. Morbidly, yeah.
She was fairly fucking large.
When I first watched this recently, I thought, okay, so what racial stereotypes are we going to have crop up? And then we get to the bar, and the bartender's black. And he's pretty much the only...
He's the only black person in the film.
And he's the bartender.
Film. He's the bartender. The black bartender, racial stereotypes.
Been now.
Oh, of course, then we got some of the sumo players later on.
We've got sexual assault.
That's the big one.
Oh, man. This is serious.
He's gone to meet the girl he wants to take out.
I don't want to be here. You keep getting me into trouble.
Come on, pal, don't let me down. Look, if you don't keep her cousin busy, I'll never get Dana alone in my bedroom.
And with the deal that his friend made up with the cousin,
yes,
Shirley.
Oh, my God.
They make out that she's unattractive and weird.
Even though she's actually the best looking.
Probably one of the better looking.
In it.
You might even get laid. Come on, she's an ice cube.
When Ben gets upset that he's being stuck with the frigid, freaky religious nut, Jack gives him some Quaaludes to loosen her up.
Aspirin. Quaaludes, the love drug.
That's the biggest thing for me. And this film, look, it's a product of its time, the 80s, you know, these sex teen comedies, yeah, they're very sexist. This was a bit too far. I mean, this is full on Quaaludes, like really.
Yeah.
But we've seen all that come out in recent times of what was going on.
Well, this is pretty much what was happening back then. And I like the way Ben just walks in and puts them on the table.
Yeah.
And when she says...
Why do you take aspirin?
I have a headache. Care for one?
But it also gets a bit of cross-dressing in there.
Yeah.
Where Rob's character is hiding from...
In some sort of fashion show.
Yeah, that's out of nowhere. But he's hiding from the maestro. He's ended up dressed as a woman to get away.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the quiet type, huh? Yeah, that's good.
And then ends up in a lift and gets hit on by both the maestro and Andrew Dice Clay's character. And then ends up...
More groping going on.
They're groping, and then he drops the diamond in Ben's cleavage. Not that he has any, but it leads to the line...
Moron, that's a faggot barber. He's got my diamond in his tits.
Okay, so what are we up to now?
So we've got races, feminists, fat people, humanity in general, and now LGBT.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, sailor.
Well, there's the barber, the German barber.
Mrs. Rawlings, please, are you Mrs. Rawlings?
Does this mean it's offensive to Nazis?
Can you be?
Can you be? Crimes against acting in general.
Wait till we get to the sauna.
I hope your friend behaves himself with Cousin Shirley.
Why?
Well, Barbarama's totally against sex.
How do you feel about sex?
Oh, I think it's fine. But never on the first date.
Is this a list?
It's kind of a list. Well, we're putting as much work into this list as they did into writing that script.
Yeah.
Mike? Whoa, a real grandma! Granny, you're gonna love this place. It's Jamaica. It's a party city. You'll fit right in.
Oh, I hope they have this wonderful aspirin there.
Oh, they've got boatloads and truckloads. Believe me, more than your share.
Ending. Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, look, we've all got...
Freeze frame and credits.
I will give it this. I always give a movie a point.
A credit roll.
For a credit roll. And this movie has a credit roll.
Yeah, the roll call.
The roll call. You know, it's always... And I suppose that music as well.
It's very 80s.
Because we're not really recommending this one.
It's hard to defend this film and it's hard to recommend it as such. Like, it is genuinely a bad film, which is not necessarily a problem. Bad films can be fun.
Oh, but this
has other issues.
This one's got a lot of issues. It's amazing to look back on something like this now and just go, wow.
I'd be interested to go back to look at some of the other similar films from the era just to see how this compares on the offence scale. Are they all this offensive? Probably. They were.
The thing is, it wasn't thought of much.
No, it was just accepted at the time. It was
a raucous comedy.
Right is wrong.
But this is the question, because I remember watching this as a teen and finding it hilarious. Does this mean I grew up?
Maybe. Don't watch this.
It was $3 a week too, and it's also
a comedy.
It is a comedy.
Put a comedy.
You know exactly what you're getting on the box.
Because that's not even Johnny Depp and Rob Morrow, is it? Like, it's just some other random dudes. Shonk.
It's VHS Shonk.
That should be the new segment.
If you want to enjoy more quality
VHS Gold or VHS Shonk
or VHS Shonk without being roofied, click like and subscribe and turn on those notifications and you'll see when the next edition of this quality viewing will come up.